So when I say something as simple as getting on a cam, giving one single call out can steer the course in a different direction for the entire game. That is Rainbow Six Siege. That's the game we're playing. Every little thing that you do matters, and a lot of people don't understand that. What is going on, guys? H1 Mayo here, and in today's video, I'm bringing you another solo queue game. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, and I don't want to give anything away, but today's video is a very, very frustrating solo queue game. There's still a lot of very important topics, especially when I break down my gameplay, my thoughts, and everything that happened during the game at the end of the video. So if you guys want to learn some stuff, make sure you guys watch until the end of the video. There's a lot of important topics talked about in that. But that's it for the intro. If you guys enjoy, hey, consider leaving a like and consider subscribing. But on to the video. All right, so in the last solo queue episode, it was a little frustrating, but I think one thing that I messed up on was I was too reserved in my own playstyle. So what I'm going to try to do this episode is really try to fit the form that the team needs. So right off the bat, I'm going smoke because we don't have a shield. I mean, Echo has a shield, but for rotates as well. So yeah. I just shot default cam. I'm making this here to throw smokes and stuff to main. I'm gonna try my hardest to try to fill positions here, if possible. Okay, we are in low elo. That shield that the Echo just placed was rough, man. There's a drone on the door. They're also opening small garage, I believe, unless I'm going crazy. Thought that was a flashbang they missed. Trench door, air jabbed wine. So there's a drone somewhere. One on main. That's not him.
That's Sledge. Bottom main.
They're opening wall. Trench. This is not
Standing
a good
on
situation.
Ping 3.
On main.
That was one.
In connector. Oof. That's one reason why barbed wire placement is really crucial, because that Ashe had the ability to walk down main stairs with absolutely no audio cue of her walking down, which allowed her to pretty much, like, open the entire round up for her team. So yeah. I don't know if she was in or not, because she shot the Cade Claw off, which would indicate that she would be, like, deep into sight, because she would need to get an angle on it. But I didn't see her. I don't know. That was a confusing round there. I'm going to bring the smoke again for rotates. Echo isn't bringing a shield anymore. One thing that we can do is we can impact through the drone hole. That's usually a pretty cheeky way to kind of get an ace charge off the bat, is to throw an impact through the drone hole. Same thing with, like, consulate as well. The map consulate, like, you can also do the same thing. I shot the default cam again. I'm an idiot. Alright, I'm gonna move the shield from here. I'm gonna go place it on the table over here. Just so that way I can contest main a little bit easier. Game, I would really like it if you would let me place the shield.
Op 4 has located a
Oh,
bomb.
this is ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Do I hear one in blue or am I going crazy? Blue.
In blue.
Jesus Christ. I should have trusted my audio
Bro,
cue.
she just crouched.
Planting.
Op 4
That air jab made
deployed
no
the
sound.
You need to destroy it.
What? That air jab made no sound. I shot.
These were eliminated.
Where are we putting our barbed wire? We had... Who did we have there? Potentially bandit barbed wire. I think that was it, right? Unless I'm thinking wrong. So here I'm going Cade, and I'm gonna try to stall as much as I can with my Cade claws. So yeah. I'm trying to think who we had last round though, and who had barbed wire and who didn't. But yeah, like, That's so frustrating. I hear the audio cue, I just didn't trust myself when I heard it. And I was kind of intentionally baiting my Cade there, because he would have been shot first, but the Ash killed me, I guess, first. I don't know if I can put that there. Will I get this wall? It does. Pog champ. Now, where to place this next one? Definitely not there.
5 seconds and counting.
I guess we can put it there. That works.
Bomb location.
I'm not too worried about this wall, because if they do end up opening this here, and they open this as well, then you can sit piano and kind of hold an angle like that, right? I'm gonna try to get some early info here. Shot with the photo side. Assume that's big window. One big window. Library as well. Alright, so that's a refrag. Jumping in piano bulk. This is a pretty rough position.
Piano.
A bomb has been located by Op.
I have a Malusi on that, so I don't need to worry about it as of right now.
Shooting behind.
Friendly operator remaining.
In
That's
piano?
piano.
I've never seen you look.
Man, low elo is rough, man. In piano, multiple. Is this guy cheating?
All friendlies were eliminated.
Or is he getting yellow pinged? Yellow ping. What a fair and not broken mechanic at all. Man, I love yellow pings. One of the best additions to the game. Totally not unfair. Yeah, that's one thing about lower elo that I'm noticing right now, because I'm pretty low in elo, I feel like, is there's no response to the enemy. Like, we got the refrag, but then everything else fell apart. And we kind of know what they're doing. Like, we're getting info in terms of kills, windows breaking, the Sophia shooting as well. Like, we're getting a lot of info, but we're not really utilizing it. And that's one thing that I think a lot of lower elo players struggle with, is they hear these audio cues and get these visual cues, but they don't know how to use it to their advantage. And all that stuff is information. It's very crucial information, because, you know, every piece of info adds up, and it could potentially put you one step ahead of the enemy. Man, that sucks though. That's super frustrating as well with the barbed wire. 2 rounds in a row, we got cucked by the barbed wire and poor placement. And I don't really like to IGL my teammates or like tell them what to do, especially since we're in the lower elo.
10 seconds.
Because they've never experienced it before, and they would probably just assume that I'm backseat
5
gaming.
seconds to go.
But there's a big difference between backseat gaming and trying to
You must locate
coordinate
and
something.
defuse the bomb.
Because if you can coordinate something with your team, oftentimes you'll be a little bit better set up than the enemy, unless it's like a competitive environment, right? Okay, so that is electrified. I hear one in sight. We're all kind of split. Can we try to take backside? Okay, let's see. He's mapping that.
Changing max.
Let's see Amara who just got that pick. Can we try to take wine, please?
You have located a
So
bomb.
I'm making a hole there. We made a hole on the desk, Sophia.
Can you ping it?
The desk to your right, like close door, there's a hole right side on the floor. Alright, so
Where's Vision?
Oh, I'm bad.
where was he?
Well, on the decibel.
Must recover
I
the
injured one west main and the other one's
friendly
wine
last
door.
operator standing.
I have a cam
Bomb
there
has been
too.
located.
Oh, get on cams, boys. Holy shit. Holy shit, man. No wonder you need a shout out. Alright, so now that the solo queue game is over, a very frustrating solo queue game, I want to go into the footage and kind of break it down a little bit, what I'm thinking, some things that I could have done better in my team as well. So one thing really crucial that I was doing with the shield here, and kind of why I played this position, the 2 rounds that we did go wine, is because you can do a lot from this position. Like, you can cut off the blue cross, you can also smoke off the blue cross, smoke main stairs, you can smoke the small garage breach when they open that, wine door, and also the shield kind of acts as a It kind of acts as a repellent for the wine door here as well, just because they, it's a very common shield to be placed. And when they see it, they're not really going to be all that enthused to push here. So until the shield is gone, it's pretty safe to assume that this guy isn't going to try to walk into sight, especially if someone's playing it. So that's why I was playing such a specific position while playing smoke, but it ultimately didn't end up working out the 2 rounds that we went there, just because we had some issues with filling spots and stuff like that. Which brings me on to my next point of kind of solo queuing. I know a lot of my viewers do solo queue, and this even applies to a 5-stack environment, but it's really important that you guys position yourself properly. And like even here, this situation, like this echo sees this Ella peeking, and with this echo being here, this is now a position that is not filled, which could potentially be a gap in your defense. So doing something like this is not needed, it's wanted. You're wanting to peek this door while the Ella is also peeking it, because she was already playing that position previously. So it's really difficult to try to fill these gaps on defense just because you're only one person, and that's something that I was really struggling with this match, is trying to fill those positions and kind of bounce between and be the middleman. And like even here still. So there, we heard the Ash G36C shoot the Cade. We also just heard it there again, and we also heard Zofia impact. And if you heard that just a moment ago, if I can kind of back up here and get the audio cue.
That's Sledge.
So there, that G36C shooting, and then kind of like that crunch, that electric crunch, was the Ash shooting the Cade Claw, which would tell me that she is going to be closer than I'm anticipating, because I think she's on main stairs, just based off where the Cade died from. So that kind of changes the way that I tackle the situation and play it. Like, I'm not necessarily holding main stairs now. I'm much more worried about whoever is close. I don't know where this Ash was exactly. I was very confused, and I had a hard time reading the enemy in a lot of these situations, just because they're probably lower elo with good gun skill, since that's what most Siege players are. Like, they're just someone who can shoot back, and they don't really think about what they're doing, which makes it really hard to try to predict their positions. Yeah, I was a little scared to kind of peek that, and also with the breach being open, and then Zofia on main stairs as well. And then here the shield gets destroyed, so I look back over. I knew the shield was blue door, just because I saw it previously in the round, so that's information that I know. And also based off the audio cues of the Zofia shooting, her impact and getting the shield, tells me that she's going to be somewhere near main stairs or potentially breach as well. And then as you can see here, Ash is starting to swing, and I try to react to that. There, and then I reposition myself to get myself out of the line of sight of the Ash, but I still know that there's a Nomad here, which it's not necessarily timing, like I knew she was there, but I really wanted to try to stall her, so that way we could defend the other side of the bomb site, which was, small garage where the Ash, the Zofia, and the Ace are, since that's where a majority of the pressure is coming from, is from that area, and since they're already down main stairs and they've gotten 2 really early picks, and they also have breach open. So I was really trying to stall this Nomad, and this is something that I bring up a lot with, smoke, and when people ask me in my Twitch chat and stuff, how do I play smoke and stuff like that. Smokes are really, really good for moments of breathers and trying to recuperate yourself and try to, think of something that you have to do to try to save the round. And unfortunately it didn't work. The Nomad, peeked me as I was throwing it. And it was actually really interesting. I was holding mouse 1, so if you guys don't know this, if you're throwing a nitro cell and you detonate it, or you have the detonator in your hand, but you still have your gun up, you can shoot with your gun in your hand. And I was pressing mouse 1, but it wasn't registering. So that was something that was also a little weird in that situation. And then this round here, I tried to place the shield on the desk. I don't know if I have to destroy that bottle to the right. I've placed this shield so many times on this desk, and I've never had this much of an issue with it. So I don't know if it's a bug with the new season or if they took it away or what, but yeah, that was unfortunate. And the reason I was trying to place the shield there on the table instead of back pillar like I have it now is because I was a little bit more in a neutral position. I'm not necessarily favoring one side so much. And if I put it there, where pretty much where the echo is, that could allow me to go into blue potentially, go through the rotate to my back, or to my left rather, and also potentially rotate back pillar where I'm at currently. So I'm in a little bit of a more neutral position. So that way I have less time to rotate to, let's say, the Ash who eventually pushes blue later on this round. And this is where I hear the audio cue of the Ash walking on a tarp. So if you guys don't know, there's kind of like a crinkle or a crunch sound when someone walks on a blue tarp in this game, and that's what I heard. I just simply did not trust my instinct and my gut in this situation. It got me and the Echo killed. Now, one thing that I said earlier on in the video was in this position, I was kind of trying to bait the Echo since he's closer, and at least on paper, he should be the first person to die, and then it would be kind of like a reaction to my Echo dying. So I was kind of leaving him out there for an information of beacon, but we pretty much lined up here, and I think in a moment the Ash swings, and then, yeah. So not only did his body block me from the Ash, but also we lined up pretty much perfectly. So that was pretty unfortunate. Now, something that I did here, I didn't call out the blue, because I didn't want to give a false call. So that was my fault this round here, just because I simply didn't believe that the Ash was in blue, but, you know, she was eventually, so... I definitely should have just gone the safer route and called it out instead of potentially, you know, thinking she wasn't there. But yeah, you know, that's something that I messed up that round. Now, this round here was pretty unfortunate. The Capital uses all of his utility, and then I anticipate the swing, and then I see the Zophia's elbow there, and I try to pre-fire, but she just swings with the utmost speed that I've never seen before in a 2-speed operator. So yeah, that was definitely unfortunate. I tried my best to kind of play this position because I knew that the smoke was concealing me from big window, which was where I was looking, and then I was listening for the Malusi that was on the piano double door there. So that's what I was trying to do in this position, and then once this Capitao dumps all of his utility like this, it pretty much tells me that he's going to push, because you don't really dump utility like this unless you're getting a trade for it. In this situation, it would be map control from what he's smoking, right? So that's why I decided to swing, is because I knew that he would have walked in, and then I killed him, but the Zofia kills me, and then, you know, we lose this round as well. So here, you might see me do something that you haven't seen before, which is shoot my second ace charge. And the reason I do this is because in an area like this, the trench, and also on a map like Oregon Elbow, where this wall is closed, if you allow both aces to go off, that now allows the defenders to have another rotation in and out of the bomb site instead of the door. So it creates more things to worry about when it's very easily avoided. The main reason you open this is to push this back pillar out of that position. You're not necessarily supposed to enter through this. You're kind of supposed to walk through the door, either by, you know, smoking or pushing that blue guy out by opening the other one wall. But either way, that's why I didn't open this wall fully, is because I only want to have to worry about the door in terms of positioning and angles I need to hold. And then there, I injured the dock, which is a lot of frustration, and also, you know, in the video you heard me say and talk about the pre-placed drone. And what's even more frustrating in this situation is I was just about to say, get on my west main drone. I was literally just about to say that. But unfortunately, the timing kind of got the better of me. And you know what adds to this even more is, like, getting on cams. Like, guys, when I say something as simple as getting on a cam can be the difference maker of a round, I mean it. Like, it's because it's true. Like, this Mav dies at 1 minute and 45 seconds. He has pretty much almost a full 15 seconds to get on the cam, and he wasn't, or if he gave the call, I didn't hear it, whatever it might be. But there was no indication that there was a call out from this dock. This Mav was dead for 15 seconds. I also have this Zofia who died just a little earlier on from this point here in the video. If this Mav calls out this dock, I kill him because I flicked him and I injured him. If I'm pre-aiming that and if this dock full swings like that, I probably would have killed him. I'm not saying I guarantee the kill onto the dock, but if I can flick from here to here and injure that guy, if I'm pre-aiming him, I'm most likely going to win the gunfight. And then now we're in a 2v1 situation with the Cade, the Nomad, and I, with 1.5 minutes left. Who knows where this round could have gone, match point. If we win this round, we win the next two, we go OT, and then we win the game, right? This one simple thing that didn't happen could have been the entire shifting of the course of the rounds in the games that could have allowed us to win, rather. But since nobody gave that call out, I died, and we lost the game. So when I say something as simple as getting on a cam, giving one single call out can steer the course in a different direction for the entire game, that is Rainbow Six Siege. That's the game we're playing. Every little thing that you do matters, and a lot of people don't understand that. That's going to be everything I have for you guys today in today's video. If you guys enjoyed or learned anything from it, make sure you guys leave a like and consider subscribing. I would also like to mention that there's links to all of my social media down below in the description, as well as a link to my coaching, where all of the info you need can be found at the bottom of my Patreon page. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, hope you learned something new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I want to die inside. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't want to spoil anything, but today's video, and while I was playing, it was a very, very frustrating loss. I just spoiled the entire video.